Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. A little bit of an update and news on what's to come. I am getting ready for a camp and crawl this weekend. I'm staying 2 nights and 3 full days. And weather permitting, I'm going to get a whole bunch of tire testing done and maybe drive a couple rigs that you've yet to see, and I'll also probably do an overview of Tire Rack. I've got a good 3 solid days of time laid out here, but there's a possibility of some weather coming in. So I might be going around a little bit of rain. Might have to sit out for a couple hours while it rains, but we're going to get as much testing as we can done. I've got, I haven't even counted them, at least 20 sets of tires, I think, that I'm going to be taking with me. So actually, let's count right now. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21... 24, possibly 25 sets of tires. So right now I'm going to go over the tires that we're going to be testing, and so you can see what's going to be coming up in the next months. Now 25 sets of tires, that's 25 videos. So right now I'm banking 5 to 6 months of content. I think at least a few of these I will release immediately. But like I've said before, I like to release one review a week, so that if I have a month or two where I can't get out on the rocks and record a bunch, I don't run out of content. But I also hope to shoot a couple other videos that aren't just tires, different rigs, maybe just kind of do a crawl therapy, and I'll upload that just kind of as I shoot it. But what are we going to be running this weekend? So in no certain order, the order that I show you these is not necessarily the order that the videos are going to be posted in. But we have Axial Nitto Trail Grapplers. These are a RTR tire from Axial, R35 compound, standard class 2 size, really nothing important there. This is running a dual stage insert out of a Boom racing tire. So we're going to see how that tire stacks up. That is just kind of a standard tire. There's nothing special. I wouldn't expect too incredibly much out of it. But I've got it, so we're going to see how it does. We're going to run Pitbull Rock Beast XLs. These are comp compound, I do believe. No, these are the alien compound ones, so these are an alien compound. Inside of these, we have a Crawler Innovations dual stage insert. So we will be running those. And next up, we have RC 4-wheel drive BF Goodrich All-Terrains. These have never been run before. Inside of these, I'm running Three Brothers dual stage 3D inserts. Those are in their X2S3 compound. So obviously, being an all-terrain, that's more of a trail tire than a crawling tire, but we'll see how it stacks up. And we'll be running RC 4-wheel drive Baja Claws TTCs. Again, class 2 size. Inside of these, I am running, I'm actually not sure what inserts are in these. That's Crawler Innovations insert. Yeah, that's Crawler Innovations dual stage insert that I've gotten those. So we'll be running those. Those are in X2SS compound. And Pitbull Rock Beast XORs. This is kind of like the original Rock Beast short course truck tire they had, but the XOR, this is actually a pretty good tire. This is a little bit smaller and wider, so this is 1.9 inches wide and 1.6 inches tall, or sorry, 4.6 inches tall. Also running a Crawler Innovations insert. That's a Crawler Innovations wide insert. Now we have some no-name all-terrain crawler tires. These are kind of a copy of a Proline Flatiron XL, but this is a 2.2 size, so it's a class 2 size, a standard. This is like 4.74 inches tall, but it's a 2.2. Inside, we are running Crawler Innovations inserts in that one as well. As you might be able to tell, I have a lot and quite like Crawler Innovations inserts. They work well for me. Duratrack scalers are next. These, inside we have 3D insert. I will have to before the review. I'll have to pop this open and look because I didn't write it down. It's either a Three Brothers 3D insert or an SL3D 3D insert. Performance-wise, they perform about the same, so it's a little bit irrelevant as to which one it is as far as, you know, a performance perspective. But I like to be able to say accurately what it is on the video. So I will open that up and we'll take a look. No Name Mudslingers. These are a copy of the RC 4-wheel drive Mudslinger, but this is a full Class 2 size, a 4.75, and this is an AliExpress copy. Inside here I am running SL3D 3D inserts, so we'll see how that goes. Compound is unknown, you know, your typical Amazon, AliExpress compound. Same with these, just rubber. Scalar, obviously, the only compound Duratrax has is their C3. Next, we have another, this is actually not a no name, but this one is a Red Spider. I mean, it is kind of a no name. It's depending on which one you order, this you'll find this under 4 or 5 different names. Another Amazon tire, another AliExpress tire, kind of a copy of a Tusk or a what is it? What's the name of it? Is it Baja Pro X? Yeah, Baja Pro X. This is more like an XS lug design, but it's got a tall lug, unlike the Tusk, so kind of a bastard tire there, but we'll be running that one. I don't know if this box is going to fit all my tires. Rhino Monzas. Inside of that is a 3D insert. Three Brothers. This is a Three Brothers dual stage insert inside of those, and I don't think those come in more than one compound, but it's pretty soft and sticky compound, so we'll see how the Monzas do. Next up, we have a we're going to do a triple head-to-head. So this next 3 tires, these next 3 sets of tires, will all be part of one review. And what we're going to be doing, actually, let me grab the real ones first. We have J-Concepts Ruptures. J-Concepts Ruptures running a 3D insert from SL3D, printed specifically for the rupture size tire. And as you can see here, there's another J-Concepts Rupture, except this tire is not a J-Concepts Rupture. This is a knockoff tire, but it is a knockoff in a true sense of the word, as though it says J-Concepts on the side, it says Ruptures on the side, it has the part number 3053 on the side. This is a clone of a Rupture. So actually I wouldn't call this a knockoff, this would be a clone, and I'll talk about the difference, in my opinion, between the two right now, because this one is the knockoff of the Rupture. As you can see, we've got the Rupture lug design, looks like a Rupture, but it says Extreme Terrain Mud Tire on the side of it. So that, to me, that would be more of a knockoff, whereas this would be more of a clone. This is trying to trick you into thinking it's a Rupture. This is just very clearly labeled differently, but wants to make you think that it is as good as a Rupture. So what we're going to do is compare the 3. Obviously, we expect the Ruptures to perform better than the other 2, but we're going to see how they actually compare in the real world side by side, and see if either one of the 2 knockoffs or clones are worth buying when we talk about the cost. All of these, for fairness, are running the same insert for the most part, except for these. No, this one is a little bit smaller. This is an actual Class 2 size, so it's 4.74 versus these 2 being 4.9. So this is running a standard size 3D insert. These 2 are running Rupture size 3D inserts, but they're all from SL3D. All of them fit the tire the same way. These tires are just slightly larger. That will be, I think, a fun head-to-head to do, to really see how the cheap tires hold up against the Ruptures. I think the knockoff, or the clones, sorry, were like 20 bucks, I want to say, and the knockoffs, these here, were like 16 bucks for the set. So they are significantly cheaper. Back for more, we have the G-Made MT1905. I've done a review of these, but I did it on the factory single stage open cell foam. These are on the same Three Brothers dual stage insert that I did the MT1904s on. So we're going to just take a second look at those and see if that 3D insert improves this tire at all. If you remember that review, or if you don't remember it and you want to go back and watch it, the MT1905 did very well. So we have pretty high hopes for that. I think those 3D inserts will make a big difference. Next, we have actual Proline Flat Iron XLs, the true 1.9 size, running a dual stage 3D insert from Three Brothers in that guy. We're going to be overflowing this box, that's for sure. Pitbull Mad Beasts next. These are running on an AUT6 web wrap foam, the X4 version, which is their narrow version of that foam. So the Mad Beast, this I believe is their compound. This being a little bit thinner tire, 4.65 by, I don't know if it says on the side, 1.5 inches wide. So not extremely narrow, but significantly more narrow than your kind of standard class 2 width, which is closer to 1.7 inches wide in most cases. Now we have another Power Hobby tire. We've tested the Armor, now we're going to test the Defender. Defender's running the dual stage foam that Power Hobby tires come with. Very different lug design from the Armor. I don't think it's going to perform as well just by looking at the lug, but we shall see. The Armor was actually a pretty shocking tire. I didn't really think it would do bad, but I didn't think it would do as good as it did. Next, we have another Ally Express tire. This one looks to be a, Falcon Wild Peakish tread inspired, but just a no-name crawler terrain rock tire. Standard just rubber compound running that is a Tim 10 dual stage insert inside of that one. So a basic Amazon dual stage. Proline Hyrax running what I've written down, crawler innovations on those. Those are the G8 compounds. So we're going to see if the Hyrax still are worth a damn. Hyrax is a good crawler tire back in the day, or it was a good crawler tire back in the day, but it's pretty old by today's standard, so we'll see if it still stacks up against competition. And then another no-name tire, Super BRKRC Brookhurk Super Brookhurk rock tire, modeled after, looks to be like a crawler, BF Goodrich crawler, kind of. Another just cheap Amazon tire. I think actually I got these on AliExpress maybe. Running a dual stage insert. I don't have written down what these are, but they feel like a crawler innovation. No, they don't. What is that? This is the lip. That's the Amazon Tim 10 as well. If you can't tell whether somebody has too much experience with tires and mounting them, if they're able to identify the insert by feeling it, you can tell that they've probably spent way too much of their life taking tires off and on. Inside of the RC 4-wheel drive Groundhogs running an SX2SS compound. Inside we have more Amazon Tim 10 inserts. The Amazon Tim 10 insert is kind of like a Proline dual stage, same kind of concept there, except a lot cheaper. They seem to have disappeared, but they're like 16 bucks and they're actually really good for the cost. I wish you could still get them. Then we'll be testing J-Concept Scorpios, running 3D inserts in those from Three Brothers RC. That, of course, in J-Concept's green, the only compound that J-Concepts has. And that brings us to J-Concept's Tusks. inside the tusks, we are running, what are these called? I didn't write them down, but I know what they are because I just mounted them last night. They're a German brand, and I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. I will have to say in the video what that is. They're the ones, it's open cell foam, but it's really stiff, and it is cookie cutter cut, and then one side of it has holes in it and one doesn't, and I cannot remember the name of them right now, but they're really good foams. They're made in Germany. They'll be in the video, but running those inside the tusks. That foam is 114 millimeters tall, specifically sized for the tusk. And last but not least, new from A-Main, Upgrade RC Rock Claws. These are their red compound, which is their softer compound. And inside of these, I'm also running the Upgrade RC foams, which say that they're made specifically to improve the performance of this tire. So we shall test that claim. Well, I won't be testing it versus this factory insert, I guess. So, but that insert basically looks exactly like a Crawler Innovations, except for it's red instead of gray. So we'll see how it does. So, God willing, we'll get through all these tires this weekend. We will also get through a couple other videos. So in the upcoming weeks, we have lots to take a look at. Let me know what you think about, or not what you think, but let me know if there's any order. I don't have an order that I have picked out to release these in. So if you're really super excited to see one of these soon, let me know in the comments. Like I said, I'm going to release these on Fridays, as I have already been doing with my reviews. But if I get through enough of them, I'll probably schedule 20 of them, and I'll probably release 5 of them right away. And if I get through all of these and have the time to record a few more of the videos, I'll be releasing an overview of Tire Rack, which is the tire testing platform. And I'm going to bring a couple other rigs out to the lake with me that hopefully I'll have a chance to at least show you, if not drive. One of them is a comp rig built on a Reaper chassis, and another one of them, I haven't decided what the other truck that I'm going to bring is, but I have a feeling it's either going to be my, it's just built off of a SCX 10.2. It's my Rubicon G6 truck, or I might bring my not super old, about 12-year-old SCX 10, my Gen 1 SCX 10, that is the oldest rig that I still have, that I used to comp with, that I used to drive all the time. So if you've been in the hobby, you probably know we all have those rigs that we had in the past that we sold, that we wish we hadn't. I've got a whole bunch of those, stuff that I sold a long time ago because I wanted to build something new and I didn't have the money to build something new without getting rid of something. And now I wish I hadn't done that. So that SCX 10, it's got a deadbolt body. It's got the original AX10 axles. It's 4-wheel steer because the AX10 axle steering angle sucks. But it is my oldest crawler by standard of, it's not the oldest crawler from manufacture date, but it's the oldest crawler that has been in my collection. I bought it brand new, and it's been rebuilt many times over. The chassis is carbon fiber. Still got a lot of stock parts in it, but yeah, it's what I used to comp with back in the day, and it's one of those rigs that it's not extremely capable by today's standards, but it's something that I enjoy driving a lot and I'll never get rid of, because now I don't have to sell rigs to build new ones, and it's just got that nostalgia factor, and it is probably the rig that got me into crawling the most. It's not my first crawler, but it's the first crawler that I comped with. It's the first crawler that I really started just loving this hobby with. So that's what's to come. Again, let me know in the comments if there's any of these tires that you want to see as soon as possible. Let me know. I will post that video up first, or I will front load those to you right away when I get back, probably Monday or Tuesday. Until next time, everybody, have a good day.